Welcome back to the Art of Football 365. This is episode 77. Took a week break last week, kind of get settled. Summer starting, school ending, all that fun stuff. Getting ready to get back to work and all that. Gannon also had the conference tournament for baseball with his Central Methodist University baseball team. So Gannon, before we dive into everything, kind of talk a little bit about the conference tournament and how you guys ended up with first place yesterday.
Yeah, so we were there for almost a week. We were in Springfield, Missouri, playing our Heart of America Conference baseball tournament. We ended up playing 5 games. We went 4-1. The only game we lost was in the championship. So we played the if necessary game yesterday. We ended up coming out on top 4-3. It was a great game. So back-to-back years, we're getting our rings for conference championship. Last year, we lost in the national championship. It left a little bad taste in our mouth. So with some new guys this year, we're ready to go. And it's postseason time. There's no more school. It's the best time of the year, especially if you're a baseball player. So I'm ready to go.
100%.
It was awesome, but it was cool because we had new teammates this year, that kind of came from other schools, transferred in, that might not have won, kind of what we did last year. But then some of the other guys, it was a different feeling compared to like last year, in my opinion, because we went through a little bit more adversity this year, a few more losses, just, not always baseball stuff, but it makes you come together more as a team. And, seeing guys' reactions yesterday, it was worth it for sure.
100%. I want to give another shout out to Cole Ludeking, who is also a former classmate of mine in high school who's on Gannon's team. Shout out to them guys doing big things. Proud of them. Excited to see what happens with the playoffs with their team. Hopefully they can come out on top, grab another ring. But before we dive into everything, Gronk, spike that subscribe button for us. Leave a like, leave a comment. Continue to give us that feedback. We appreciate it very much. It goes a long way in helping us better our podcast in a way, I guess. But also check out our two sponsors, Driftless Quality Wear and Bacher Auto Group. They support us, so support them. All right. So the last couple of weeks we've done draft episodes, preparing for the NFL draft. So we haven't sat down and had the time to do an interview lately. So this is the first interview back. As you guys can tell, we are joined by another guest. I'm going to let him go ahead and introduce himself. We got Kamrin Hutt. Let's hear a little bit about you.
Yes, sir. My name is Kamrin Hutt. I'm currently a freshman going into my sophomore year here at Whitewater. I currently play football here. My major is undeclared, and I am from Des Plaines, Illinois. Pretty decently sized town. I went to a good sized high school. I ended up playing 3 sports there. Actually, I did track, wrestling, and football throughout the 4 years that I went there.
You starting, Bryce, or was that your first question?
That was his first question. You go
you
ahead.
You switched it up on me there, but I like
go
that.
Ahead and rock with
it was good. The first thing that sticks out to me is obviously the 3-sport athlete. That's big time with football, wrestling, and track. And I saw you also qualified for the state for wrestling. So shout out to that. I mean, that's hard to do, and those aren't 3 easy sports because I know the conditioning and the workload that goes in with football and wrestling, and then obviously with the track, it is a running sport. So it's pretty cool to see that. Kind of just describe your experiences, kind of how they all kind of help mold you into the football player and athlete you are today.
Mm-hmm. So first off, I started wrestling when I was in the 8th grade, actually. So growing up, I did a lot of what my brother would do, my older brother Walter. I did a lot of what he would do. And when he first joined, when he's 4 years older than me, when he first went to high school and stuff, they put him in wrestling. So like I'm just sitting there growing up, just watching him do what he does, and I'm just like, shoot, that's low-key pretty cool. Let me try it out. So once I say it again.
Oh, I was
just laughing, bro. You're good. Go ahead, man.
Yeah. So once it hit like 8th grade, I'm just like, Mom, put me in this real quick, and I definitely took I lost a lot in 8th grade, and me being competitive, I was just like, nah, bro, I can't do this. We have to up the standard now. So going into high school off of the 1 year that I had off of wrestling, now it's like a completely different, starting to grow and stuff. So wrestling, like overall conditioning wise, helped me out with football tremendously, and just like it pushes you over the edge a little bit. And it definitely teaches you a lot of discipline when it comes to what you eat, watching like just your nutrition in general. Like I learned a lot from it. And then going to track, My freshman year, I didn't even like track. I'm not gonna lie. I remember that first day. I felt so sick after the first day of track. My brother like definitely stood there and he's like, "You're doing it. Like I don't care if you like it or not. You're doing it." So I'm just like, "All right, man." So I ended up gaining a passion for hurdles, which is something that throughout high school I started to really, really excel in and just learn a lot. And that helped me with my speed and running form on the field as well.
No, definitely. And I think, I mean, anyone that plays three sports, I mean, you look at them and you understand that they're probably a well-rounded athlete. They understand what it takes to be a good athlete in general. So I think it speaks volume of your character to do that. Because honestly, I mean, nowadays you got a lot of people that throw their eggs in one basket and play that one sport. So if there's any kids out here listening to this, take advantage of high school, take advantage of 8th grade and 7th grade and the junior high elementary levels and play three sports. Just do it to have fun and meet new people. But so playing those two sports, playing track and field and doing wrestling, how do you think that prepared you as a football player? And kind of talk a little bit with the backstory as to when your football career began and how you kind of knew that was the sport you wanted to continue into college.
Okay, for sure. So first off, with the track and wrestling and stuff, it really every sport, and this the one thing is like every sport has its own lessons, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like when it came to like wrestling and stuff, it's like, what are you gonna do after like you lose your spot, because your spot is never really guaranteed on the wrestling team. It's like wrestling is more of like it's more mental. You know what I'm saying? When track is like is are you gonna finish that last 100 on a 400? Like pushing yourself physically, and like it's just like the different battles that you go through each of, and like the different relationships that you build with not only the coaches but also your teammates. I feel like there's no other experience that I have ever had in my life that has helped me grow so much than just being in multiple different sports, experiencing multiple different like pieces of adversity in different places of my life that has helped me. When it comes to football, I actually, growing up, I always like wanted to play football, and I was like, "Mom, we got to play football." From the age of 5 to like 8, I was just like, "Man, I wish I could play some football right now." You know what I'm saying? Me and my brother would always play in the courtyard and stuff, and like it was just something in us. We weren't able to push it yet. And once I hit the age of 9, my mom found out there was a program. It was called the Niles North Vikings, located in Skokie, Illinois. The Niles North Junior Vikings, and like from there, it taught me a lot of stuff. I'm not gonna lie. Just from that first season, I remember like the first time I made a hit and got hit. You know, I didn't really like defense growing up, so they ended up throwing me on like the offensive line. I was like the smallest kid, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I ended up playing there until I think I was about the age of like 12. I played there until the age of 12. We didn't really win too many games, but like just the relationships that I built with the people there helped me grow a lot, actually. And the coaches, man, they definitely pushed me to my limit too. Once I hit the age of like 13 and stuff, that's when I ended up transferring to my high school's junior league football team. And that was a game changer for me, because like now I'm not only playing football just to play it. Now I'm playing with guys that I'm planning on going to high school with and growing with. So I ended up playing there until high school started. Completely different program. We're actually winning games and stuff. So like it feels good. You know what I'm saying? It definitely does feel really good. Ended up playing a lot of people that I ended up seeing during high school as well.
I just want to keep talking about the multi-sport athlete, and you know, this is just a perfect example, especially with you being 3. Also going to Maine West High School, that's good competition, that's good size, and that just takes the workload of the 3 sports. It's a full-time job year round. I mean, you take the holidays off. That's really all it is, and even those days you're probably getting a workout in or training somewhere. But some people you don't understand it until you fully get into that and play those sports every day. And like the nutrition and stuff, I bet with wrestling probably helped you with that year round, just overall shaping it. And that's huge, because that'd be the one thing, if I did wrestle, I would be thankful for. But I mean, anything else I could care less about for wrestling, just hear about.
Man, I would struggle with the nutrition part. I could tell you that.
that's discipline, and it's something that
is.
you have a reward for. It's not when you're in your 30s just trying to, go on keto or do something like that. This is, you got a reward to make a weight and win a wrestling match. But just kind of talk about that and the high level competition with 3 sports also.
Pretty much it was first coming into high school, I was extremely small. It definitely took a lot of time for me to actually hit my growth spurt and stuff. And like I came into high school at like 100. I was like 6 foot, 152 pounds. And throughout each year, I would have to grow a lot. Like I ended up growing, I think, a good 10 pounds each year. And then from my junior year to my senior year is where I made the biggest jump. But like the competition just completely changed. Like each time that I grew during wrestling, it completely, like everything changed around for me. And I think the biggest growth was definitely my sophomore to junior year, because that's from like, I'm gonna say 182 to like 205.
Yeah.
And now like I'm too big, because I used to be a receiver. I'm too big to play receiver now, you know what I'm saying? And coach is like, shout out to Coach Pia, my defensive coach, too big to be playing wide receiver and stuff. So we're gonna have to move you to the defense, which was, that definitely changed my life right there, because I finally started to get used to that difference, that the dark side, the competition, that's defense is what wins games in my eyes. And just growing like physically through wrestling just helped me overall become like, change my competition level.
I feel that. I feel at the end of the day, like it just makes you a more well-rounded athlete.
You've just been in so many situations.
Yeah.
That it's not your first. It's not very many first. And that's also in life, not just in the sporting events.
Well, and that discipline that you mentioned,
Yeah.
and that discipline aspect is massive. But now I want to take a little twist and turn here with mentioning, like, I'm a Whitewater guy, so I'm currently on the operations staff. So I got to see Cam firsthand play some defense this spring. Obviously, it wasn't full go and everything with fall season coming up, but let's go back to before you chose to go to Whitewater. Talk about your recruitment process and what kind of led you to become a Warhawk.
Yeah, so due to COVID, my recruitment process was, I'm gonna say it wasn't the best, but it was most definitely a blessing, because I ended up in a place that I love, which is Whitewater. Like I wasn't really getting like a lot of schools didn't really reach out to me until like really late in our season, because my senior season actually got moved to the spring.
Yeah.
So like a lot of the schools that were talking to me ended up pulling right away, because I mean, they already had the recruits. Like, I think we're the only Midwest state, or one of the only Midwest states, that didn't have a season in the fall. So that definitely took a toll on the recruitment. And I ended up getting injured actually in the first game of my senior season. So that kind of messed me up a little bit too. So my Uncle Laurel, took me under his wing and just helped me with the recruitment process, because I didn't really understand what it was. I started reaching out to coaches on Twitter. I reached out to probably, let's say we reached out to over 1,000 colleges, but I reached out personally to about 200 coaches. And out of all the coaches that I sent it to, only a couple got back to me. And Coach Martin was actually one of the ones that got back to me like this. Like, I was surprised. I'm like, whoa. And like, look.
It's a good feeling.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It surprised me, because I'm just like, oh, shoot. I just texted this guy like yesterday. Like, okay, that's really cool. And from there, they took straight action. He's like, look, we want to get you out here. You know what I'm saying? I was able to reach out to Coach Bullis, and I was also able to reach out just to a couple of players that are on the team as well, just to see what the program is really about. And then, like, once I knew this was my home. Once I got here on that first visit, I'm just like, Mom, I'm gonna end up coming here. Like, I just have a feeling in my stomach that I'm gonna end up coming here. And I ended up I didn't commit right away, because I still had other places that I wanted to go to just to see what it was like. And after visiting the other campuses, I'm just like, there's none like this one. Like, there's really none like this one. And I ended up sticking with it. And once summer camp came, we got it rolling.
Hell yeah, it's a good feeling to know to know when you visit a college and feel like you're at home, especially being away from home. I can tell you firsthand, like it's not an easy thing to go away from home, be away from family, be away from all all your friends. So like to find a place where you feel like you're at home, a football program where you feel like you're at home, coaches that make you feel like you're at home. That's a good feeling. So I'm glad that all worked out for you like that. Just wanted to throw that in there.
Yeah. Kind of going back to the high school part, you were saying there with the recruiting at Illinois, because I know Bryce's younger brother also was a senior the COVID year or the year after COVID. And with the season getting pushed back, only being 6 games, no playoffs, et cetera, it just sucked, especially for as the seniors the year before also got wiped out with everything when everything was shut down, and then a whole nother class. It sucked, but it's also I feel like it was a good life lesson in adversity that you weren't planning for. It was something that kind of caught you and everybody else off guard. But just the recruiting thing and all that, it's something that you're gonna stick with. That's gonna stick with you for a while. But kind of talk about that, because I know it was a lot of that. All that happened so quick with the end of high school, graduation, all that. And then to add football on top of that and recruiting, that's not a normal senior year for most athletes, especially football players.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it was I'm not even gonna lie to you, it was stressful. I'm not gonna lie, because like I knew what I wanted to do, but like time just was not on my side and everything. And it was really unfortunate, but me and my teammates just kept working at it. No matter what, we made sure that we were going to get the best out of the situation. My coaches, Coach Zitka, Coach Klepchek, like they pushed us to the limit, and they were just like, look, this is what it is. This is the situation that you're in. Yeah. What are you going to do? What are you going to do from here? You know what I'm saying? And me and all of my teammates just throughout that season, it was a tough season. We didn't win many games, but gave it our all. And when it came to the recruiting afterwards, we made sure that, or the coaches specifically made sure that if we wanted to play college football, they're going to find a way to make it happen. Mm-hmm. And I was able to get some last minute offers from some schools due to the help of my coaches and stuff, which was big. That was really big. They were definitely able to help me reach out to some people.
Oh, that's awesome, man. I'm glad it all worked out, because yeah, like Gannon said, my brother being a senior at the time, like I got to see it firsthand as to like it's terrible. It was terrible to see athletes.
Well, then every single sports season was bunched right into each other. Started with basketball late, and then everything into the spring sports and all that was all pushed back.
Yeah. But I can just tell, like, based off your answers to these questions and how you handled everything with COVID going on as a senior, I just want to jump right to this question and ask you, like, you're a passionate guy, you're a high energy guy. How did you kind of develop that into your personality, into your arsenal, and just like overall? I know that creates a vibe of being a good teammate, being a reliable guy. Where did that vibe come from, and how long have you worked at that to make sure that is who you are?
Yeah, so it's definitely a faith-based personality that I have. You know what I'm saying? Over the last 2 years, if there's anything that I've been taught, or that I taught myself, is that like you just have to have faith, because anything can happen. And over the last year, I've been getting a lot closer with God and stuff. And he's truly just pushed me just to be more patient when it comes to things, not to jump to conclusions or anything like that, just to be patient. And like I said, have faith. During my senior year of high school, like with everything happening, it was just like, it was really a test. It was truly a test, man. There was a lot of stuff going on, a lot of parts in my life that were moving and changing around.
But you passed it. That's the most important thing. Mm-hmm. You passed it, man. Sorry, I just let you go. This is a good interview, bro.
And pretty much what happened was, like, I was just I experienced, like, when I broke my foot going into my season, like at the beginning of my season, I'm just like, dude, what the heck? Like, this is over. I'm like, I'm not going to be able to play college football. You know what I'm saying? But like something in me was just like, nah, you're going to be straight. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to be just fine. And actually my foot wasn't broken. It was just a foot that I had previously broken. And my mom was just like, you know what? Like, dang, this is your senior season. You know what I'm saying? Like, I truly feel for you. And I'm like, Ma, like, what you mean? Like, I'm fine. I'm going to end up playing by the end of the season. Like, I promise you. She's like, okay. I'm just like, okay. And we ended up going to the doctors. You know what I'm saying? I had faith. You know, I'm fine. I'm gonna be fine. And the doctors was just like, look, it's not broken. You know what I'm saying? And from there, boom, everything else that was in my head just clearly went away. And literally a week later, I was already back in the trainers, getting work, taping up my foot, doing whatever I had to do. And I ended up missing 4 out of the 6 games that we had. I ended up missing 4. I played my first game, injured myself, and then missed 4. And going into my last game, things are literally about to happen, right? Literally like an hour before the game starts. We still have 3 games left at this time. An hour before the game starts, we end up finding out that someone in the program got COVID. There goes 2 more weeks that I don't get to play football in my senior season. I'm just like, whoa, like all these things really starting to hit me right now. Like they're hitting hard too. I'm just like, man, I really might not be able to play football again. And the day before, like the day of our last game, throughout those 4 weeks, I'm working. Like I'm trying my best to touch the field. And it's just like it just wasn't happening. It hurt so bad. And going into that final week, I remember we finally hit the field for the first, my last game that week was the first week that I touched the field. And from there, it was just like, it was probably the fastest / slowest week. Like, cause I was slow. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't lost all my stamina from all the hard work that we put in all season. And it was definitely a hard week. And then going into that game, I'm just like, okay, cool. I'm ready. Whatever it is. And we get dressed and everything. We get dressed. And then 5 minutes before our game, we find out our game got canceled. And I'm just like, what? And then our coach was like, but we do have a game that is going to get rescheduled tonight. And I'm just like, okay, who we playing? He was like, New Trier. I'm like, oh, let's get it. You know what I'm saying? Because we had versus New Trier a couple years back and during summer camp. So I'm just like, you know what it is. What it is. We about to get this work. We had no film on them. We had nothing. It was just football. It was just fun football.
Out and play, yeah.
Yep, snap the ball and play. And that last game, if I could tell you, like all my pain went away. It was just like, dang. It truly was a blessing to be able to play, especially after like what I thought was a season-ending injury at first. So yeah.
Kind of going forward now to your Whitewater, you kind of just are in the process of finishing your freshman year right now with finals week and all that. Football, school, life, all that. Kind of just give me a summary of your first freshman year at Whitewater, how it went.
Yes, sir. I'm not gonna lie. That freshman year, if it surprised anybody, it surprised me. There was so many things that happened this year that it like still just hasn't really hit my mind. I've grown in ways that like I personally didn't even think were possible. Just so many things so many opportunities that God has given me this year alone, just truly mind-blowing. First semester was crazy. I'm not gonna lie, it was probably the most stressful just because
getting used to it and everything.
Yeah, exactly. Like fall camp was stressful and hard within itself, but like once you add school to it, and football for college was definitely hard. One thing that I could recommend to anybody else coming in is like your time management. Once you figure out your time management, it's gonna eliminate a lot of the stress that you have. And I wish that somebody like truly like pushed that into my head because my time management was just not the best coming into here. And I was just going off of some bad habits that I had in high school and stuff. But I definitely throughout the end of the semester was able to fix that. And with the help of like just coaches and stuff, they were definitely able to help me out because for all the freshmen, I don't know if you guys know this, but like for all the freshmen that come here, you're put onto a little plan pretty much, or where you have to go to the study center and get some studying in, you know what I'm saying? There's like, for each position group, there's like a mandatory amount, or it's the same amount, but every position group has their own thing and they all do it wherever they want and stuff. So that definitely helped me out in tremendous ways. I thought I was getting nothing done. And then like, you look at how I finished the semester, I'm just like, whoa, like I was able to finish with the best GPA that I've ever had out of all of my years of schooling. So that was pretty cool. And going to the season, there was, oh man, the coaches definitely helped me a lot during the season. Especially, I have to give thanks to my teammates, the linebacker room, LBU. It was definitely a really cool season, just being able to grow with the guys. You know what I'm saying? And just going at it. Everyone in the room has great personalities. A lot of differences. You know what I'm saying? The diversity in the room is just. It definitely helps you just get used to something that a lot of people may not have been used to, because I know a lot of people come from Wisconsin, which may not be the most diverse places. And then like some people come from, like, as an example, like me, like Illinois, where my high school was diverse. There was people from all of everywhere pretty much. You know what I'm saying? So just being able to grow with a group of guys throughout the whole season and just everyone getting better and pushing each other, that was definitely a crazy experience.
I bet, man. And honestly, I'm very happy that you said that word diversity because just looking back on my high school experience, Gannon's high school experience, he went to, we're both from the same hometown, but he went to a bigger high school with plenty of diversity, plenty of inclusion within the sports world. I went to a high school that had a total of about 80 kids, and it lacked heavy diversity pretty badly, I would say. I don't have anything against my education nor the sports, but it definitely lacked it. So when I got to college, kind of opening my eyes up to different viewpoints and just analyzing the way other people think that I didn't understand before was crucial for me. So I think that's a very important thing for student athletes to understand growing up is like the world will hit you when you get out of high school. The world isn't going to be just like it is in high school, just like it is in junior high. It will change, and you'll meet some people that are good people. You'll meet some people that you just can't stand. But at the end of the day, you got to understand diversity is huge in this world. It's probably the number one thing that actually makes this world beautiful in a way. But I wanted to throw that in there. And now that Gannon asked you that question about how your freshman year went, what are you most looking forward to over the course of these next couple years at Whitewater? I know I'm personally very excited to kind of now that I've got on the football program staff to be able to grow with my role there and watch you play. I'm quite excited for that to happen, so I'm excited to see your growth. But what are you personally looking most forward to?
Man, I'm truly just looking forward to just growing, not only as a man, but just like as an athlete. And any football has if it's taught me anything, it's just like everything that you learn from football, you can put into the rest of your life. And
100%.
just off of this 1 year alone, like the growth that I've seen, just like it's really unexplainable. You know what I'm saying? And just the maturity and the accountability that this football program in particular, like this football program has given us, like it has truly just like changed my whole mindset around it. Like there's no room for anything else. It's mostly like it teaches you to focus on what is important to you. You know what I'm saying? And Coach Bullis definitely did a great job on making that, like, if you remember anything, like that's one thing that you're gonna remember is like, what is your why? You know what I'm saying? Finding your why. And like for me, I'm just really excited to grow as an athlete, and in whatever way possible that I can do that's what I'm willing to do. And 3 more years, like it's definitely hard to it's definitely for me, it's definitely hard to look that far. But
Yeah,
when it comes to that type of stuff, like it's more of each day I just want to get 1% better than I was before. You know what I'm saying? Whether that's on the field, in the classroom, what I'm doing in my room, just like I just want to be able to improve myself 1% each day.
No, that's huge. I mean, that will get you down to those road in the 3 years, because trust me, I just finished my junior year a couple of days ago. I'm gonna be a senior. It goes quick. I was saying the same thing when I was sitting at home during COVID and the lockdown. I look at it; it's been 2 years now. I'm gonna be a senior. It goes quick. So, but no, that 1% each day is the mindset you got to have with sports and life. But another interesting thing I was reading up on you about is you're a member of the African American Club at UW-Whitewater. Just kind of talk about the importance of that to you and just also the impact you guys have.
Yeah, so actually I was in the African American club during high school.
Okay, my bad. The notes were wrong. That ain't me. That's the notes.
Yeah, you all good, big dog. Yeah. No, that was crazy because throughout high school, I never really like knew the importance of African American history and stuff. And the teacher that actually was in charge of that, her name was Mrs. Adams, and she did an amazing job from entering it into. We had this thing called Warrior Weekly where it would be like a weekly video that all the classes would watch and stuff, and she would always advertise the club through that. And there was just so many events. There were cookouts and stuff. There was stuff during assemblies for it and stuff like that, and it was just like really cool to be with in a way, how I can say it felt good to be comfortable, you know what I'm saying? It, like, a lot of people can get uncomfortable in certain situations, and like it just felt good being around a lot of people who had similar backgrounds like you and stuff, and just like knew what it was like to live the life that you live, just a little bit, and just learning a little bit about how other people came up. So like that was really big. I actually did that from my freshman year through senior year, and the amount of relationships with the people that I built were just, that was amazing. I'm not,
that's awesome.
I like that, man. That's special. And that's something you'll be able to take with you forever. Now I want to ask you, what's the advice? One piece of advice, two pieces of advice, whatever your best advice is. Like you're speaking to your younger self right now. You're speaking to a younger athlete. What are you going back and saying to that kid that's growing up and chasing a dream? Because I know when you're growing up, like college ball is the dream. You want to be a college athlete, no matter the level. That's the dream. That's the goal. I know it was for Gannon and I, and I'm sure it was for you. So kind of speak on what are you going to say to that kid?
Mm-hmm. Well, first of all, there's three main things that I would say, but the first thing that I'm gonna say is follow your dreams. You know what I'm saying? Because like you can tell the whole world what you want to do, but it's all up to if you're gonna work for it. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of how many people you want to tell this and that, it all falls down to, are you gonna work for it? You want to make it to the league? Okay, what are you gonna do to do it? You know what I'm saying? And it's like one thing that I've learned is really just to stay silent. You know, when you silent down, the world's going to get a lot louder. You know what I'm saying? You're going to see who truly supports you. You're going to see who's truly there for you. And that's like really important. So when it came to like what I wanted to do and my goals, regardless, you have to have that mindset that regardless of what someone else is going to say, you're going to do it. And you're going to push yourself to do it because you're not doing it for them. You're doing it for you. You know what I'm saying? So definitely just like whatever you put your mind to, go at it and run with it. That's like the main thing. And then another thing that I would say is like for like high school athletes and stuff is I would say slow down because life goes by fast. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. High school goes by fast. I still remember my first day of high school summer camp, first day of football camp. You know what I'm saying? And if anything that I learned is like it goes by fast. If you can just take the time to really slow down and understand what's going on, like when it comes to the classes, slow down, like actually focus. Don't let the days just go by and stuff because you actually want to learn. Like a lot of stuff that happened in high school, I feel like if I was to slow down, I'd have much more understanding. You know what I'm saying? Really get to look at the situation that you're in. And then last but not least is whatever you have a passion in, push yourself towards. Like for me, like it was really, when it came to my lack of, like, you have to have something that motivates you. You know what I'm saying? Like what is going to push you to keep going when times get hard? Because I remember multiple times where there came times where I didn't even want to play football anymore. Yeah. Like coming up, I like there was so many times, them conditioning, them hot days in the summertime, like hot water and stuff. Like I was really, really thinking about it, but like, it's all about what's going to motivate you. After those thoughts come, what are you going to do? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh no, like, shoot, I'm doing this for my mom. I'm doing this for my grandma. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing this for my family to get them out of the living situation I'm in right now. Like, what is your why? What is your reason for playing football or playing whatever sport you're playing? You know what I'm saying? And use that to motivate you when times get hard.
That's powerful. That's powerful. I mean, that's big. That's crucial.
I don't got anything else to say, bro. I mean, if we talk today, it's we can switch it up. Somebody we always ask our guests. I mean, dude, there's just nothing else. It's not like we're not prepared or we just don't talk these good questions, but this is probably one of the better guests, if not the best one we ever had. Just, I mean, you're covering everything, but what's something that you kind of have your hobbies in? Video games, you get on the sticks. What do you do in your free time?
Yeah, okay. So personally, well, I'm gonna go back to COVID. Throughout COVID, I played a lot of Fort. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I definitely know a little something about some Fortnite, some Warzone. You know, anybody, whoever it is, whoever wants to smoke in Madden, I'm always here. You know what I'm saying?
You gonna drop the gamer tag or what? You gonna drop the gamer tag or what?
I definitely, I could I forgot the whole gamer tag name.
Nah, I was just kidding.
I'll make sure I drop that to y'all. You could drop it down in the chat or something like that.
Yeah, we can mention the comments in our YouTube video.
Yes, sir. There we go. Yeah. So like whoever wants Madden, whoever wants it, I'm here always 24/7.
You an Xbox or a PlayStation guy?
I'm on Xbox, man. I can't play no PlayStation. I'm not one of them kids that'll be like, you know what I'm saying?
That's tough. I was gonna say we could run it, but Xbox, PlayStation, I'm a PlayStation guy.
So I need that PS5.
Yeah, same.
Y'all let me know. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm always, I know how to play both. So. All right. My last question. I want to ask.
I got one more thing. It's a quick one. Bears or Packers? I mean, you got to be a Bears guy, I'm assuming.
I'm most definitely not a Packers fan. I'm not gonna say I'm a Bears fan because that'll be a lie. But I'm not a Packers fan.
Okay. Well, I can deal with that. Long if you're not a straight up Bears fan, I'm chilling, man.
So who are you a fan of then? Who's the team?
Oh, he's a Seattle fan.
I am a Seahawks fan, actually, to be honest with you. But you know, I was mainly a Seahawks fan, and this just happens to be. I'm actually a Seahawks fan mainly because of my boy Russ. I've always been a Russell fan.
I knew that was coming. You know what
I'm saying? So I think this year I might just have into a little Broncos fan just to even it out. You know what I'm saying? I've never really been solid on one team.
Got you. And I mean, they got a young and upcoming team.
Well, the Bears won't get you anywhere.
Fun to watch.
That's what happens.
It ain't worth watching the Bears or the Packers. You got to be a Cowboys fan.
Oh, my God.
But, all right, the last question I do want to ask you is we kind of run this by all of our guests, kind of get some feedback, give us some advice, how your experience was on our show, and just any advice you want to throw our way.
Man, to be honest with you, it was great just being able to tell you guys a little bit like about myself and just being able to talk with you guys. It was truly great. I feel like the best thing is just getting more people, you know what I'm saying? I definitely, before doing this, I was definitely able to watch a couple of you guys' videos, and it's just amazing. Like, what you guys have going is definitely powerful, and I know that a lot of people are tuning in for it, and the bar is set really high. You guys are getting there, you know what I'm saying? This is a great thing that you guys have going on, and I know it definitely helped me when it came to learning a little bit about like what other people are going through in their lives, you know what I'm saying? But definitely, I would say just keep it going, keep pushing through. This is some big things coming with this channel right here.
Appreciate that, man. That means a lot. Before I let Gannon give his final thoughts, I do just want to say thank you, man, for giving us this opportunity for you to take time out of your night to hop on here with us, talk football, talk sports, and just allow you to explain your story. It means a lot that you gave us that time, gave us that opportunity. So thank you. I do also look. I'm looking forward to being able to watch you play this upcoming fall. I've seen the way you work. You got that watch me work mentality, that high energy guy. I know that you have a very insanely bright future, so I can't wait to watch you grow and prosper and continue to learn. I think you're going to be a hell of a mentor as you continue to get older. For the younger guys coming in at the linebacker room, and I know Coach Martin can rely on you. So I just wanted to let you know that, man, I appreciate what you're doing for this program, and I know you got the opportunity to be great.
Oh, yeah, bro. I second that, and I think the biggest thing that I've gotten from you just talking and chopping up last 40, 45 minutes is everything that you say, there's an intent, and just feeling that through this interview. I know that you carry yourself that way every day in your life, but best of luck going forward, man. Enjoy the time. I'm going to say it again. Enjoy the time in college, because it's the same way as high school, but even more, because even quicker, because we're getting older. So stuff just keeps picking up day by day, but enjoy it. Take the moments, enjoy the teammates, school, all that, embrace it all. which I know you're doing, but I just want to reiterate it to you, bro. But best of luck with football moving forward and all that. And it was a pleasure, and you got your head on straight, and it's cool to see, man. It was one of the best episodes we've had, and I say that full-heartedly, and Bryce knows that too. So best of luck going forward, man.
Man, thank you. I truly do appreciate everything that y'all have helped me with when it comes to getting on here and stuff, man. It was truly a blessing. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Appreciate that, man. We hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Continue to tune in. Let's learn together. Let's grow together. Excited to have Cam on here, talk a little football, talk a little story. So we hope you enjoyed this episode. Be prepared. We're going to have another one coming next week. Until then, Gronk, spike that subscribe button for us.